Chosen one, take a moment and breathe. I want you to listen to this slowly and let it reach the deepest part of your heart. God sees you right now, not the version of you that people see on the outside, but the real you, the tired you, the worried you, the one carrying questions you don't speak out loud. You may feel like you are walking through a season of trouble with no clear direction, but heaven is fully aware of where you are standing. God has not lost track of you, and He has not turned His face away from your situation. There are nights when your thoughts become heavier than the silence around you. You lie awake wondering how things reached this point, asking yourself how long you can keep holding on. You replay conversations, mistakes, and disappointments, searching for answers. But even in those moments when fear tries to settle in, God is closer than your next breath. Scripture reminds us that the Lord is near to the brokenhearted, and that truth is not just poetry, it is reality. God draws near when your strength feels low, not after you recover, but right in the middle of your weakness. You may be questioning why this season feels so intense, why the pressure seems unrelenting, and why relief has not yet arrived. It is easy to assume that delay means denial, but with God, delay is often protection. What you cannot see is the larger picture God is working on your behalf. There are outcomes He is preventing, lessons He is teaching, and growth He is producing in you that could not happen any other way. God is not ignoring your prayers. He is answering them in a way that guards your future. Chosen one, sometimes God allows you to reach the edge of your own ability so you can experience the fullness of His power. When you feel like you have done all you can, God steps in to do what only He can. This is not punishment. This is preparation. Your faith is being strengthened, your discernment is being sharpened, and your reliance on God is deepening. What feels uncomfortable now is shaping you into someone who can carry what is coming next. There is also something important you need to understand. God knows exactly what you can handle. He sees the limits of your strength, and He will not allow this season to destroy you. The fact that you are still standing, still seeking Him, still listening to messages like this, is evidence that God is sustaining you moment by moment. Even when you feel weak, His grace is filling the gaps you cannot fill on your own. You may feel isolated, like no one truly understands what you are going through. People may have walked away, misunderstood you, or failed to support you when you needed them most. But this isolation is not abandonment, it is refinement. God often removes distractions and unhealthy dependencies so you can hear His voice more clearly. In the quiet, He speaks. In the stillness, He reassures. In the loneliness, He reminds you that He alone is enough. Chosen one, God is also protecting you in ways you cannot yet recognize. Some doors are closed because God is shielding you from pain you were never meant to experience. Some plans have fallen apart because God refused to let you build your future on unstable ground. What feels like loss right now is actually mercy in disguise. God sees what lies ahead, and His decisions are rooted in love, even when they are hard to accept. Do not underestimate what God is doing in this waiting period. Waiting is not wasted time in God's kingdom. It is sacred time. It is time where trust is formed, patience is developed, and character is refined. This season is teaching you to lean on God rather than on your own understanding. And that lesson will carry you farther than you realize. You may be tempted to compare your journey to others, wondering why their lives seem easier or more successful. But God's path for you is unique. He is writing a story that will bring Him glory and bring you peace, even if it doesn't look like anyone else's story. Your timeline is not behind. You are exactly where God needs you to be. Chosen one, hear this and let it anchor your heart. God is not finished with you. This trouble does not define you, and this season will not last forever. God is present in every moment of it, guiding you, protecting you, and preparing you for the rescue that will come at the right time. Until then, He is holding you, strengthening you, and walking with you step by step. Chosen one, there is something happening beneath the surface that you may not fully recognize yet. While it feels like everything around you is unstable, God is carefully holding your life together. The enemy hoped that this season would exhaust you, confuse you, and slowly pull you away from your faith. But instead of giving up, you are still reaching for God, even if your hands are trembling. That alone is evidence that God's strength is operating within you, even when you feel weak. You need to understand that spiritual battles often intensify right before divine intervention. When God is about to move, resistance tends to increase. The pressure you are feeling is not a sign that you are losing. It is a sign that something valuable is being protected. The enemy does not fight what has no purpose. The very fact that you are under attack confirms that your life carries meaning, calling, and spiritual weight. There have been moments when you felt like giving up completely, moments when your prayers felt heavy and your words fell short. You may have wondered if God heard you at all. But heaven heard every whisper, every tear-filled prayer, every silent cry from your heart. God is not measuring the strength of your prayers. He is responding to the sincerity of your heart. Even when you could only say, "God, help me," that was enough. Chosen one, God is a God of perfect timing. Throughout Scripture, He moved at moments that looked impossible to human eyes. He allowed Lazarus to remain in the grave for days before calling him out. He allowed Joseph to remain in prison before lifting him into authority. He allowed the Israelites to face the Red Sea before opening a path through it. God's pattern has always been clear. He waits until there is no doubt that the rescue came from Him alone. This is why your situation feels so tight right now. God is setting the stage for a rescue that cannot be explained by human effort. When it happens, no one will be able to deny that God stepped in. What feels like delay is actually divine positioning. God is placing you exactly where His glory will be revealed most clearly. You may feel like you are one step away from collapse, but God is one step away from intervention. He has not miscalculated your breaking point. He knows how far to allow this season to go, and He also knows when to say, "Enough." The same God who set boundaries for the ocean has set boundaries for what you are facing. This trial will not consume you, chosen one. There are also unseen protections surrounding you. God has blocked paths you were unaware of, prevented conversations that could have harmed you, and shielded you from decisions that would have delayed your destiny. Some of the frustration you feel comes from doors that refuse to open, but those closed doors are evidence of God's hand at work. He is not withholding from you, He is safeguarding you. It is important that you do not allow fear to shape your thinking in this season. Fear distorts reality and magnifies uncertainty. God is calling you to trust Him even when the outcome is unclear. Faith does not require full understanding, it requires surrender. When you release control, you make room for God to move in ways you could never orchestrate on your own. Chosen one, your endurance in this season matters more than you realize. Every time you choose to keep going, to keep praying, to keep believing, you are building spiritual strength that will sustain you in the future. What you are learning now will become wisdom later. What you are surviving now will become testimony later. God is also preparing you to help others who will walk through similar storms. The comfort you receive from Him in this season will one day flow through you to someone else. Your pain is not pointless. It is shaping compassion, depth, and spiritual authority within you. Even if you cannot see it yet, God is already moving. He is arranging people, shifting circumstances, and aligning events behind the scenes. Your rescue is not an afterthought, it is part of His plan. Stay anchored, stay faithful, stay hopeful. God is closer than you think, and His timing is unfolding with precision even now. Chosen one, let this truth settle deeply into your spirit. God will rescue you at the right time. Not according to human urgency, not according to fear, and not according to pressure, but according to His perfect wisdom and love. When that moment arrives, you will look back and realize that every delay, every closed door, and every unanswered question was part of a divine design meant to protect you and prepare you. What feels unbearable now will one day make sense in the light of God's faithfulness. You are closer to breakthrough than you realize. Often, The greatest miracles happen when hope feels fragile and strength feels low. God specializes in stepping in at the moment when human effort ends. He does this so there is no confusion about where the victory came from. Your rescue will not be something you can explain away as coincidence. It will be unmistakably God's hand at work in your life. Chosen one, your waiting has not been in vain. God has been strengthening your inner foundation during this season. He has been teaching you patience, trust, and discernment, qualities that will sustain you long after this trial has passed. Without this season, the blessing ahead could overwhelm you. God is ensuring that when He lifts you, you are able to stand firm and walk forward with humility and gratitude. There will come a moment when the heaviness begins to lift. It may not happen all at once, but you will feel a shift. A conversation will bring clarity, an opportunity will open unexpectedly. Peace will replace anxiety where fear once lived. These are not random events, they are signs that God is moving you into a new chapter. Stay attentive, because God often answers prayers in ways we did not anticipate. Chosen one, do not allow discouragement to define your identity. You are not your struggle, and you are not your past. You are a child of God, deeply loved and intentionally chosen. This season does not diminish your worth, it reveals your resilience. The same God who carried you through past battles is faithful to carry you through this one as well. God is also restoring what you thought was lost forever. Some things will return in a new form, healthier and stronger than before. Other things will be replaced with blessings you never imagined. God's restoration does not always look like reversal. Sometimes it looks like renewal. Trust that what He brings next will align with His purpose and your growth. Chosen one, keep your heart guarded and your faith alive. Resist the urge to rush ahead of God or return to what He has already delivered you from. Waiting is an act of obedience. Trusting God when the outcome is uncertain is a powerful declaration of faith. Even when you feel unsure, choose to believe that God is working for your good. Your testimony is being written right now. One day, you will share how God met you in the middle of your trouble and carried you through. Your story will strengthen others who feel lost, afraid, or overwhelmed. What you are surviving now will become evidence of God's faithfulness in your life. So hold on a little longer, chosen one. Keep praying, even if your words feel simple. Keep believing, even if your faith feels small. God is near, He has not abandoned you, and He never will. The rescue is coming, and when it does, it will arrive at the perfect time, God's time. Rest in that promise, and let peace guard your heart as you move forward, trusting the one who holds your future.